Hello and welcome to History 2321. My name is Dr. Adrian and I will be your instructor for this course. What I would like for you to do right now is go ahead and get on Canvas and upload and download your syllabus and get it ready to go. So we're going to go over it right now. We're going to go over the format of the course and make sure you understand where to go when you need things. First of all, History 2321, World Civilization 1. Description of the course, a survey of the social, political, economic, cultural, religious, and intellectual history of the world from the emergence of human cultures through the 15th century. The course examines major cultural regions of the world in Africa, the Americas, Asia, Europe, and Oceania, and their global interactions over time. Themes include the emergence of early societies, the rise of civilizations, the development of political and legal systems, religion and philosophy, economic systems, and trans-regional networks of exchange. The course emphasizes the development of interaction and impact of global exchange. So there's the description of the course. Let's look, therefore, at some of the details. First of all, there's my information. Dr. Adrian Ivan. My campus is online. I do not live in the Metroplex area, so I don't have a office per se with NCTC, so it's all online. However, I did give you my phone number for my office at my full-time job for you to go ahead and contact me whenever you need me to, along with my email address, my NCTC email address. There's the name of my chair and coordinator. If you have any questions or concerns, you feel free to contact her if she needs to get involved. But I suggest that you come to me first. Anyway, required resources. You'll need the book. It's called Traditions and Encounters: A Global History. Don't get the brief edition. Make sure it's not the brief edition. It's the full shebang, the full edition, 4th edition by McGraw-Hill. And yes, you will need McGraw-Hill Connect. Next page, grading criteria. You have lots and lots of assignments to do. For example, each chapter that we're going to read is going to have a Learn Smart assignment. Basically, it's going to help guide your reading. You're going to have primary source assignments for most chapters. Every chapter will have a small map quiz. There will be 4 exams in 1 research paper. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and go through it. Scholastic integrity. And some of this I will cover later in the syllabus. But scholastic integrity shall constitute a violation of college rules and regulations and is punishable by prescribed by board policy. Scholastic dishonesty shall include but not be limited to cheating on a test, plagiarism, and collusion. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the course format. Your final grade will be determined through quizzes. Chapter quizzes, primary source assignments, learn smart activities, and 4 exams throughout the course of the semester. I will average all the weekly assignments in according to their groups. For example, the average of your primary source assignments will count as a test grade. This will apply to all your weekly assignments. So your Learn Smart averages will be a test grade. Each exam will cover a quote-unquote 4th of the course. They will consist of multiple choice, short answer ID questions, and 1 long essay. A week before the exam, you're going to receive a review and a list of key terms, which will be the basis of those questions. It's my intention to return those graded exams within a week. And each of those exams will be an exam grade. There will be a research paper due at the end of the semester, the details of which will be posted on Canvas later in the semester. I do not assign nor accept any extra credit. There's your exam dates. I will change them if necessary. Contacting me and meeting with me. Email is the easiest way to contact me. We all have cell phones, or most of us do, and lots of our cell phones have the email attached with them. Well, mine does. So, right, I have all my email addresses all located in this phone. So if you email me, I'm going to get it on my phone. And I'm going to try my best to make sure you get a response within 24 hours. However, over the weekend, that might not be as efficient. I'm going to be spending with my family, and it's nothing against you, but does that mean don't email me? Absolutely not. Email me. That's not a problem whatsoever. Make sure make sure that you do. That way we can document all the issues, if you have any, so that we can deal with it at a later date. Or sometimes I can even respond to you, during the weekend as well. So go ahead and email me. The best thing you can do is document an issue. All right. I promise you, no reasonable issue that occurs during the weekend cannot be corrected during the following week. So email me over the weekend, not a problem. I have a 24-hour policy when it comes to telephone calls. If I don't pick up, leave a message, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please make sure, however, that when you do call me and leave a message, that you are as specific as possible. Okay, give me your name, give me what course you're in, because if you just tell them, it's hi, Dr. Ivan, I'm in your history class. Can you call me back, please? You really have told me nothing. I only teach history, so that doesn't help me. Okay, so please tell me your name, what course you're in with me, and a brief synopsis of the issue, and then we can move forward. Let's see here. I do appreciate you wanting to know what you're making in this course at any point in the semester. However, I cannot grant everybody's request for a grade report. All right, if I did that, I'd be doing nothing else, pretty much. So so please refrain from asking me what your course grade is going to be. It's your responsibility to know it. All right. However, to help you calculate it, I will make available the spreadsheet that I use to come up with your final grade. Just ask and I'll gladly give it to you. So you plug in the grades that you get and let it do the work for you. Please note, however, that the grading in college is an art. It's not a science. Okay. So just because it spits out a grade very close to the next letter grade doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the lower letter grade. Like our example in the syllabus says 68. Does that mean you're going to get a D? Well, probably not. I'm going to look at your grades. I'm going to look at all the things that happened over the semester. How many times did you email me? Did you turn in your assignments on time? Did you actually turn in your assignments? If you get a 68, if at the end of the semester and you actually began the semester by digging holes, and you started out with like a 20 and you brought it up to a 68, bravo. That means you're on the right course, and that means I can bump it up to a C. All right. So just keep in mind the number that you get spit out might not necessarily be your final letter grade, but I can guarantee you one thing, and that's going to be that I'm not going to lower your grade for any reason. So if you're on the border for the next letter grade, it's not going to go down. Like, let's say you get a 92, I'm not going to bring it down to a B. Okay, I'm going to keep it as high as I can. Let's see. I said it earlier, but I'll talk about it again. Plagiarism and cheating will not be tolerated in this course. If you are caught, you will flunk the course, and I will report the incident. If this is not the first reported instance of this, you may be expelled from the college. Plagiarism is defined, but not limited to the use of another person's ideas as your own without citations. Now, when I talk about plagiarism, what I'm really talking about is wholesale copying and pasting without any sort of citations. And even then, even if you have citations and you're like a paper you send to me, it's just nothing but gigantic quotes copied and pasted from the internet, you really didn't learn much. So your grade's going to be more reflected, not necessarily on, say a academic dishonesty penalty, but it's actually going to be graded upon how much you actually put in. Copying and pasting, you didn't put much effort into it, so don't expect a high grade when you do that. But nonetheless, that's the type of things I'm really worried about, is the people taking entire paragraphs, just posting, from the internet, throwing it in the paper, saying, "Hey, I've thought about it, it's my own work," and then moving on. If you try to pull the wool over my eyes, I'm going to find out. So please don't do it. So if it's a sentence or two, don't worry about it too much. I'm not really, if you forgot, I'm looking more for the wholesale copying and pasting stuff. Little about me, some final thoughts on the syllabus, and then we're going to go over the course. We're going to look at our Canvas course, and we're going to look at our Connect. A little bit about me. My name's Dr. Adrian Ivan, and I'm an adjunct at NCTC. I am also a full-time professor at Vernon College. I have a bachelor's degree from Texas A&M University, a master's degree from Temple University in Philadelphia, and a doctorate from the University of North Texas. All of my degrees are in history. I specialize in American Civil War and Reconstruction, but nonetheless, I am a Renaissance fan when it comes to history. I'm into all kinds. I was born in San Antonio, Texas, the son of an Air Force officer, and my wife and I live in the Wichita Falls area, along with our 2 sons and crazy dog. Let's talk about student success for a little bit. When it comes to success in college, it's not necessarily your intelligence that's going to be the biggest determinant of whether or not you're successful versus this person not being successful. Intelligence helps, but it's not the sole determinant. Honestly, what is a better determinant of your grades and of your performance is going to be your ability to manage your time. When you were in high school, or at least when I was, studying for an exam was generally reading a chapter the night before an exam, and then have my parents ask me questions over it, and therefore I have studied. In college, that is not going to work. First of all, we're not going to have one chapter test. tests. Okay, we're going to have multiple chapter tests. And those chapters are longer, and the type is a lot smaller than you're used to in high school. So basically, what you need to do is you cannot approach this course. You cannot approach college like you did high school. You can't basically study the night before and expect to do well. Basically, to study for your courses and be able to succeed well, you need to break it up. You need to manage your time. All right. What I suggest you do is you break up your reading every week into more manageable chunks. Don't read the entire textbook in one sitting. You're not going to do it. I guarantee you. I can't even do it with our textbooks, and I'm interested in this stuff. Okay, there's a lot of things that go wrong with textbooks. They're on glossy paper. You're going to sit underneath fluorescent lights like I am, and basically what's going to happen is you're going to start squinting, and because of the glare, you're going to have to wear sunglasses at least, and that's just going to be a recipe for disaster because you might fall asleep. So break up your reading. For example, I give you a week with the exam review before the exam is due. So basically what I would do is I would basically total up all the pages you need to read and divide by 6, right? Once you get the review, take all those pages, divide by 6. So let's pretend for our example, it's 120 pages, right? So divide that by 6, that equals 20. What would you rather do? Would you rather read 20 pages a day or 120 pages the night before? I think you know what the answer is going to be. 20 pages a day. You can do that, and you can do that almost in your sleep, right? Please don't, by the way. But nonetheless, so read small chunks of your reading every single day. I guarantee it's going to add up. All right. You can apply this to all your courses, particularly when it's reading intensive. So history, government, English, psychology, biology. I can't help you, however, with math. I just can't. So you'll have to talk to your math professors about that. But nonetheless, make sure that you make your readings a lot more manageable, a lot more controllable when it comes to the amount. That way, you're able to not only get through the reading, number one, but two, you're going to be much more able to retain the material. Always, when it comes to studying, always remember this adage: how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, don't try to stick the whole thing in your mouth and try to eat it. All right, that's like taking a textbook and trying to throw it, and trying to read the whole thing. You're just basically eating an elephant. You're not going to be able to chew it, and you're not going to be able to digest it. So chewing it would be reading it, and digesting would be comprehending it. So break it apart. Success in your courses is kind of like winning a championship in sports. It's a long process. I guarantee you that nobody right now, we're at the start of the NFL and college football season here in the fall, right? I guarantee you nobody knows who's going to win the college football playoff or the Super Bowl. Nobody does. All right. You can be the super fan of whatever team you want to be. You don't know that you're going to be in the Super Bowl or in the college football playoff. All right. However, everybody is going to know very early who's not going to go. All right, so let's we're near the Dallas Metroplex area. Let's say the Dallas Cowboys, they had a pretty darn good season in 2016, right? Well, let's say in 2017 they lose their first 4 games. Do you think they're going to the Super Bowl? Probably not, right? Same thing here. All right, you mess up that first exam, I can pretty much mathematically guarantee you that you're not going to get the grade that you really want. All right, it could be an A, it could be a B, it could be a C. But nonetheless, you can actually lose your opportunity to not get that grade rather than get keep that opportunity to continually improve upon it to get the grade you want. So from the first day, you need to hit the ground running. All right, here's some approaches that you can use, not just for my class, but for others. All right, for example, have 2 notebooks. Have 2 notebooks, label one class and one home. Take your class notebook and be as messy as you want, all right? Listen to the lectures, write down your notes as much as you want, and as messy as you want, because after all, you're the one that's going to read it. Then what you can do is you can take that class that class notebook, bring it home, and take your home notebook and rewrite your notes. And this does a couple of things. First of all, it exposes you to the material a second time. And if you read before class, that's a 3rd time you expose yourself to the material. And by the time you get to so if you do all that, you read before class, you take notes, and then you rewrite your notes, by the time you're studying for the exam, that's 4 times that you have studied for that material. I mean, you might actually start liking it. Heck, I might even start liking math if I studied it 4 times in 4 weeks. I don't know, probably not. But nonetheless, that's up to you. It also allows you to have questions, and what I would like for you to do is make sure you ask those questions. I might have gone quickly. If you notice, this video is going quickly, right? And this is gonna pretty much be the pace that I'm going to be at. All right, so I might go quickly, so so you might have a hole in your note. Raise a question. It also helps you make you feel comfortable and more comfort and confident, right? Because we're all afraid of what we don't know, right? So when so the more you know, the more confident you're going to feel, and the better you can perform in this course. Note I said can, not will. My final tip is simple. All the resources that you have available, it's here for you. All right? Use them all. All right. The college is here for one thing. You guys. It's not here for me. It's not here for my boss. It's not here for her boss or anybody else except for you. So take use all the things that your money allows you to use. All right. Come see your professors at your offices. After all, because they are the most important resource that you have. All right. But think of your tuition as a Time Warner cable bill. I don't know what the heck the Time Warner cable calls it now, but think about it. Your tuition is basically cable, phone, and internet, right? And if you just go to class, what you're doing is you're watching TV, but you're not surfing the internet and you're not calling your friends, okay? But you're paying for those services. So go to the library and study. Go use any of the centers that the college provides for you, for your success. After all, we're all here for your success. Take advantage of everything your money enables you to use. After all, you're paying for it even if you don't use it. Always remember your professor is not the enemy, the boogeyman, nor do we like to fail you. All right. When I was in high school, I was taught that basically if you were wearing the wrong shirt, you could be failed by your college professor. That couldn't be farther from the truth. Okay. This course is scary enough, and I don't want to add to your worries and into any other course that you have. We want you to pass our courses. We want to see you again in other courses, not in the same course over and over and over. Okay, so I promise you that for your professors, including myself, will do everything we can in order to ensure your success. But there are some, the only thing we can't do is take your exams and write your papers. Okay, we can't do that, unfortunately. But do some things that are going to help you out, before problems happen. All right. First of all, attend class. All right. Now, online learning. What exactly is attending class? Kind of a hard question to answer. It's a simple question, but it's got a difficult answer. But you need to attend any class that you take. Okay. Now, attending class, however, is not sitting in the seat and falling asleep. Okay. It just isn't. You are the one who picked the schedule. You're the one that chose to take these courses at these times. All right. So please plan your sleep schedule accordingly. All right. Attending class, paying attention, taking notes, asking questions. All of these can lead to solving problems that don't even pop up. All right, you might not even know you had a problem because all the proactive things you were doing. All right, but nonetheless, here's some other things you should be doing. Read before and after class. It makes the lectures so much more understandable, if not interesting. Let me give you a quick example. When I took World Civ back when I was in undergrad, I had a professor that was boring. Okay, I know it's the B word, boring, right? He spoke, had a monotone voice. He spoke very softly to the point that he needed a microphone. If you were in my face-to-face class, and heck, you probably have already experienced it now, you're probably reducing the volume on your videos because I'm a pretty loud guy. All right, just how I am. But nonetheless, the guy needed a microphone. Okay, this professor needed a microphone. But nonetheless, and it was just boring. But suddenly what I did is I started reading before class, and he became at least more understandable and actually somewhat interesting. His tone didn't change. His volume didn't change outside of the microphone. So what happened? Well, I read before class, and it was more understandable. I could follow him better. And the better that you can follow something, the better you're going to be able to understand it. Okay? So, also, know where you're struggling. Don't come to a professor and say, I need help with everything. If you're across the hallway from my office are literally 2 psychology professors. You come into my office, you say, Dr. Ivan, I need help with everything. I'm going to get them involved too. We're going to figure out whatever exactly everything means. Okay, know where you're struggling. Okay, the first question we're going to ask: do you have your lecture notes? Let me look at them. Let's see what's going on. If you don't have any good notes, you're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to help you as much as we are normally able to. If you do these things, you're going to have less problems, and we can help you out to a greater extent. Finally, for those that are bored with history, you're bad at it, quote unquote, you just don't like it. I can relate. There are some things that bore the heck out of me. I get it. Not a problem. How do you get through it? You read the material with an open mind. Think of it as a story. Think of your favorite novel or your favorite movie. Aren't there tedious parts in it, despite the overall work being really good? That's how history is. It has peaks and valleys of interest for everybody. The second to last page is your course calendar. Go ahead and get yourself familiarized with it to make sure that you understand it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me about it. Finally, last page. All right, I call it the course contract. Okay, basically, what I want you to do is copy and paste this into an email and send it to me. All right, and basically fill out as much as you can. Put in your name, put in your date, press send. Okay, and then you're good to go on that. I now want to go over the basically the format of the course. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to my desktop. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm waiting for it to present. So hold on one second. All right. Supposedly I am presenting. So let's go ahead and look at one of the most important pages. That, of course, is going to be our Canvas page. On Canvas, there's going to be some things that are going to be involved. First of all, some of the most important tabs on Canvas. There's grades. There's not going to be anything in it right now because you haven't had anything turned in. But once you start turning in grades and I start to sync the connect with Canvas, it's going to, you'll start seeing that populated. But some of the most important things. First of all, files. All right. Files here basically is going to have all the material that you need. All right. So, for example, the exam reviews, when I have them done, will be there. The course syllabus, and I'm also going to be making video lectures. So there's going to be a PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to put in there. So make sure that you are very familiar with this tab. Another one that's going to be very important is going to be modules for two reasons. Number one, this is how you connect onto, Connect, okay? Click on that link and then just basically go and just follow the instructions, all right? So that takes care of that. Another thing that's going to happen is you're going to see that I'm going to be posting links to YouTube videos. I'm basically going to do is I'm going to give you lectures. I'm going to give you video lectures so that you would pretty much have almost the exact same environment as if you were in a face-to-face course with me. So I'm going to have a YouTube channel. It's called 4.0 History Tutoring. All right, and I'm going to have links to it. In fact, if you're watching this video, you're already on my YouTube channel. What I suggest you do, if you haven't already, join YouTube. It's free. All right, and subscribe to my channel. That way you can get continually updated when I post a video. All right, and when I do that, when I post videos, I will make sure that you have a link to that video for you to view the video, or you can go straight to YouTube. Nonetheless, that's going to help you out, and those will be populated over the course of the semester. Now, once you click on this McGraw-Hill campus link, click on it, and it's going to take you to McGraw-Hill Connect, and then you just sign up and you register, and this is what our Connect website looks like. All right, and here's all the materials. Each chapter has it's going to have various assignments. Okay, for example, for chapter 1, you have a Learn Smart assignment, you have a math activity, you have a key points quiz, and you have a primary source assignment. All right, make sure that you familiarize yourself with the due dates. All right, so basically September 10th, 2017 is when your first assignments are due. So that's so keep in mind when you keep that in mind when you start working on your assignments about those details. So that's basically how this course is going to work. All right. So most of it's going to be on Connect, and I'm going to use Canvas as a repository for information. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a longer than usual video. Most of the videos you're going to be having are going to be anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, maybe even shorter. But nonetheless, it's important to go through this thoroughly and to have a long video when it comes to the syllabus and the course in introduction. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can email me, you can phone call me. Heck, you can even comment on this video in YouTube, and I will make sure that you get a response as quickly as possible. If you have any questions, have a great day. If you have any questions, contact me. Otherwise, have a great day. Talk to you later, and thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.